veterans each year. It is dedicated to a specific group of veterans. And while we could not have a parade for the last 2 years, this year we will resume recognizing each branch of the military in order of their establishment. With that in mind, in 2022, Los Banos Veterans Parade will honor the 3rd branch and announce this year's theme is Salute to the Navy by sharing a little bit about the Navy here today. The United States Navy was created by Congress in April 1798, but the Department of Navy has its earliest roots in the Continental Navy, which was formed in 1775 by General George Washington in order to defend the American colonies from British attack. This year marks the Navy's 243rd birthday and will also mark several other historic milestones for the Navy. Throughout the year, the Navy will celebrate the 25th anniversary of women's first assignment aboard a combat ship, the 50th anniversary of Navy's fighter, Justin Charman. Thank you for your service, sir. Justin Charman is the reviewing officer for the day. Is as first class petty officer. Petty Officer Charman joined out of Foreign Wars Post 2487 color guard under the direction of Randy Williamson, Army, and the color guard members are Ildo Martins from the Army, Richard Vasquez from the Navy, Rick Gerardo from the Army, Robert Gerardo from the Army, and Tom Higby from the Navy. All right, this is Los Banos Elks number 2510. Those riding on the float are not only members of the Los Banos Elks, but are also veterans, and we thank you for your service. Donald Davis, Army Specialist E. Focuses on student learning through career leadership, personal growth, and career success, and they are proud of their veterans. Next up is the Los Banos High School Band and Color Guard under the direction of Danielle Cavazos, along with guard coaches Leila Melgar and Francis Vargas. They would like to thank the veterans for all they have done for our country. And quote, those who live in freedom will always be grateful to those who helped to preserve it. During the parade, they will be performing the Liberty Bell by John Philip Sousa. Angela Lynn Ipoc served 20 years in the United States Navy from June 1992 to June 2012. She was an intelligence specialist first class when she retired. She served on board 3 ships: the USS Holland AS-32 in Guam, the USS Bonhomme Richard LHD-6. This is a 1964 Ford convertible. Jess Medrano is an Army veteran who served in Vietnam and was a past American Legion Post 166 commander. He and his wife Sandy, who is a member of the American Legion Post 166 Auxiliary, are proud Americans who support the American Legion and the VFW and the community of Los Banos. Also in the vehicle is Benny Gamino and Dorothy. Is it Gamino or Gamino? Gamino. Benny Gamino is a U.S. Army veteran who served in Puerto Rico and Panama, and his wife Dorothy is a member of the American Legion Post 166 Auxiliary. Kenneth Lambert is a United States Army veteran who served from 1988 to 1996, and he, along with the other Los Banos City Council members and the entire City of Los Banos staff, would like to salute all veterans for their service. All right, in the golf cart, riding together are 2 veterans of the 947. All right, up next, the Merced County Sheriff's Posse is an all sterling silver mounted group that was organized in 1948. They travel all over the United Ellington, First Lieutenant, Laurent Locke, Second Lieutenant, and Eric Gonzalez, Trailmaster. Tips and sacrifices. This is the Golden State Gunslingers with veterans. Kent Sandhagen and Geneva Brett of the Golden State Gunslingers. Served in World War II. Robert Corky Sherwood in the United States Navy. Linda Higby, who served the 9/11 attacks. Is an instrument of freedom and peace. This inspiration was brought to life by the Grasslands couple. All right, the next entry is in memory of Tyler Turner. Tyler Nicholas Turner was born and raised in Los Banos and was a friend to all who knew him. He was a beloved Banos and offers a large variety of dance options. It is owned and operated by Francine Turner, mother of the United States Air Force Staff Sergeant Todd, and directed by John Spankowski. And the instructional staff includes Shirley Brandt and Denise Sierra. We would like to thank their parents and administration for their support. We would also like to thank all veterans. All right, the next entry is Creekside Junior High School Student Ambassador Club and Mr. Cook, who are honored to walk. Riding with Robert is Joe McDonald. Joe served 19 years in the United States Navy. Auxiliary, American Legion Auxiliary Unit 166.
Hi there!
American Legion Auxiliary, James V. Pernetti, Unit 166, prepared to serve breakfast this morning before the parade. Their purpose is to... All right, this is the California Air National Guard. Tech Sergeant Fernando Borrego of the local California National Guard asks you to please give a round of applause to your local California Air National Guard members and veterans. These individuals signed up to assist a mission of saving lives, operating out of the Moffett Air Base in 1919 as a patriotic veterans service organization, advocating for veterans and their families and promoting patriotism, American values, and the education of youth. With him is John Rea, who is a veteran of the United States military. Walk along all the veterans. all the veterans here today. They would also like to personally thank the Los Banos VFW Commander Michael Hughes for the invitation to attend. That is Mark Hazen. He's a candidate for State Assembly District 27. As a veteran himself, Mark knows the importance of adjustment when returning home from deployment. He will provide the proper staffing to assist those returning home with the resources they need to re-enter the civilian workforce and work with federal agencies when it is necessary to handle any service-connected claims. That is the least we can do for our veterans. 1929 Model A is what that vehicle is. All right, Mercy Springs Elementary. Mercy Springs Elementary would like to salute our veterans and the Navy.
Mercy Springs, MSC, Mercy Springs, MSC, Mercy Springs, MSC, Mercy Springs, MSC. Thank you, veterans.
Supporting our veterans since 2010. The Jeep is displaying 3 Navy ships on the hood: the U.S. Destroyer Fletcher, the carrier USS Enterprise, and the battleship Missouri. They'd like to extend a big thank you to all worthy men and women who gave their best when they were called upon to serve and protect our country. Valley Springs Memory Care staff are so grateful for your service. Thank you for your support. Get out someday. With Joe Davis. Joe Davis, an Eagle 1942 Willys 50 cal. Yeah, there's that one, right? Jim Bertal. Proof of concept. Number 00. All right, this is Clarence Simpson. Clarence Simpson is a lifelong resident of... Also with Clarence is Richard Martin. Up next is Jeepers LB. They're a local women's Jeep and protecting the citizens of the United States of America. Professionals, they are dedicated to educating the public about the untold historic contribution of the Buffalo Soldier. And this is the Merced County Sheriff's Office. The Merced is in the passenger seat is Los Banos Council members, the Navy, and the pioneers. Want to heartfully thank all veterans for their service.
Good morning. Happy Veterans Day.
Would like to join the pack. Chuck, and he was also born in 1949. Of course, as a crew member on a B-17 Flying Fortress. Full America. His dad's plane was shot down over Germany, and he was captured and spent the last 18 months of the war as a POW, prisoner of war. Is that all right? First runner-up is Lexi Delario. Team Miss is Kalia Soros. Is here to show their support for our troops. We'd like to give special recognition to the Navy, who give us our protection from sea to shining sea. Not self, but country. In this tan 1974 FJ40, and is one of the many veterans that are working the parade today to ensure its success. Her son Matthew is currently serving in the United States Marines. He and his family are stationed at Beaufort, South Carolina. Patricia wants to thank all her fellow veterans for their service, the sponsors, and all the volunteers who made this parade possible. And all right. 500 out of 500. He received congratulatory letters from the former U.S. Senator for California, Alan Cranston, and former California Congressman. All right, driving in this green 1966 GMC pickup to Iraq in 2005. He served for Sites Towing. Sites Towing recognizes sacrifices made by our veterans and would like to thank all of them for their service, past and present. And closing out the parade, ladies and gentlemen, is the Los Banos CHP, the California Highway Patrol in Los Banos. In the Los Banos area office, would like to thank all men and women, veterans, for